The ovulation cycle. After ovulation, the follicle develops into a corpus luteum, yellow body, which produces a pregnancy hormone, progesterone. After day 13, the uterine wall checks for the presence of an embryo in the uterus. If there is none, the corpus luteum is given the signal on day 18 to disappear. The cycle typically includes two follicular growth waves. The first starts on day 5, reaching a peak around day 8 to 10. The second starts on day 15. After day 18, a single dominant follicle continues to grow, producing an egg on day 21. The follicle produces heat hormones, estrogen. Follicle produces heat hormone. Some cow display mild heat symptoms in mid-cycle, around day 10 to 14. The cycle lasts an average of 21 days, 18 to 25 days in cows, and an average of 20 days in heifer. The first cycle after calving are often slightly shorter, sometimes longer. Most heifers and some cows have 3 growth waves during the cycle, with peaks around day 8 and day 14. An ovary with a large follicle, the number 1. The ovary with a large follicle and an old active corpus luteum, day 18 to 19. The corpus luteum number 2 bulges out at the ovulation site, causing the stage of the cycle by palpating the ovaries is difficult and often unreliable. Ultrasound scanning greatly improves reliability. PGF-alpha from uterine wall. CL stops producing progesterone and shoots up. Luteinizing hormone, estrogen, heat. CL means the corpus luteum and yellow body. LH is luteinizing hormone. Estrogen, heat hormone. Progesterone, pregnancy hormone. Pregnancy. LH pulse from brain. Cow is heat. LH, luteinizing hormone. Follicle ovulates after LH pulse is egg released. Uterine wall check, pregnant, not pregnant. Cow is pregnant, CL remains functional, and it produces progesterone, pregnancy hormone. Not pregnant, PGF-alpha from uterine wall, and CL stops producing progesterone and shields up. Follicle continue to grow and produces estrogen. Follicle ovulates after LH pulse. After ovulation, the follicle develops into a corpus luteum, which produces the pregnancy hormone progesterone. Around the day 13, the uterine wall checks for the presence of an embryo in the uterus. Around the 13, the uterine wall checks for the presence of embryo in the uterus. If there is none, the corpus luteum is given the signal on day 18 to disappear. The cycle typically includes 2 follicle growth waves. The first starts on day 5, reaching a peak around day 8 to 10. The second starts on day 15. After day 18, a single dominant follicle continues to grow, producing an egg on day 21. The follicle produces heat hormones, estrogen. The follicle produces heat hormones. Some cow displays mild heat symptoms in mid-cycle around day 10 to 14. The cycle lasts an average of 21 days, 18 to 25 days in cows, and an average of 20 days in heifers. The first cycles after calving are often slightly shorter. The first cycles after calving are often slightly shorter, sometimes longer. Most heifers and some cows have 3 growth waves during the cycle, with peaks around day 8 and day 14. On day 21, day 0, follicle ovulates after LH pulse, luteinizing hormone. LH pulse from brain. In day 5, CL produces progesterone. Day 11, uterine or checks pregnant or not pregnant. Cow is pregnant, CL remains functional. Not pregnant, BGF to alpha from uterine wall. So CL stops producing progesterone and shields up. Follicle continue to grow and procedure produces estrogen. And the 21, follicle ovulates after LH pulse.